Welcome back to another day here on the Lorcana pixelborn client. Today I'm playing another internet deck that I found. A net deck, if you will, by a character named Zan. Zanside, I want to say. Very interesting last name. It's an Amethyst and Steel, or as I'm now calling it, a Amethyst deck. This deck runs the Robin Hoods, the Robin Hood Champion of Sherwood, of course, fantastic. I do find it very interesting they're running one copy of Rafiki in the deck. There was a little bit of a hiccup between the site where I found this, showing 8 copies of Then Along Came Zeus. So I took out 4 copies to bring us to 4 copies and brought in 3 Pinocchio talkative puppets. Now you're like, 4, 3, what's with that? Well, that brought us to 60 cards. Some reason there was 8 and never had us at 61 cards. I don't know. It's weird. We're running Captain Hook, Mr. Smee combo because this is just a really strong combo. Captain Hook, turn 1, threatening to attack for 3, takes out so many important things. 3's that like first tier threshold of willpower that you need to reach. Mr. Smee also has it and he comes down also early. And then on top of that, Mr. Smee quests really well, which is fantastic, especially with a captain in play. We're running the bounce combos with Madam M Snake, Madam M Fox, drawing cards with Maleficent and Merlin Rabbit. There's some Benjas for the item decks out there. This can occasionally come in handy, especially against Lucky Dime. And then just a smorgasbord of removal, ba-boom. And then along came Zeus, and then a smorgasbord of card draw. Friends on the other side and the Queen's Castle. 2 fantastic cards for drawing more cards. Queen's Castle is not really your card draw, but when it does start drawing cards, it's like the most broken card draw. It's a weird one, right? It's either drawing nothing or it's ending the game. That's what it does. Sorcerer's Spellbook to just kind of fill the gap. Sometimes we get in matches where the opponent just kind of wants to stall. There's nothing like having a spellbook down when your opponent wants to sit and do nothing and none of your characters can do anything. And you're still winning the game. So Spellbook's in here for that. Sorry, I would go into more depth into it, but as you can hear, my throat's already going. I'm recording this intro after I've played the games. Watch out for the very last game. It has a very interesting ending. It's I haven't seen it yet, first time, but definitely losing my voice right now. So let's jump in and see if we can't win a few. Amethyst Steel. Oh no. Oh, I get to go first. Uh-oh, I think the client might be broken. It thinks I get to go first. Well, I do kind of have a curve. I'm gonna put away the uninkables here. There's not that many in the deck. I believe there's 14. Yeah, there's 14. But you know, it never hurts. Passing the turn. Playing against Groovy Man number 1. Rapunzel out the gate. That's good. I don't like dealing with Rapunzels. Well, that's a fantastic turn 2 target. Not such a great inkable moment for us though. Let's take out the Captain Hook so I get the quest. There are other problem cards, but like, I think they would have played them. Like Cinderella. What the heck is a Goofy doing in here? A yuck? Gross. Maleficent. Ooh, I got the Shift Robin. Cindy Rally. Docothy. Opponent will just pass. Yes, they will. I do have some options. And my cats are fighting under the door. Let's see. Well, they're only doing 5 damage plus removal. Let's go Spellbook. My opponent wants to do nothing. I'll gladly wait. My guys are very reactory cards anyway. I don't want to be the initiator. So Spellbook's a great card to pass the time. Next turn we can see us swords though. Oh, Beastie Boy. Oh, well. Not a super fan of that. I think we're shifting you out. We are singing with you to defeat the beast. We are singing with you to draw some cards. Ooh, I like it. Questing. Goat's nice because he has a big attack, but I think he goes... The top end of our deck, I believe, is 5. Yes, just having a thumb through the list. Our most expensive card is 5. So with that, we can play every card in our deck. Mickey Mouse Trumpeteer. There it is. It usually gets to cheat one thing out. Question is, what's the thing they're going to cheat out? Oh good, I am going to get the trade. They're not going to sacrifice the dock. How do I deal with the Mickey Mouse? Because it cheats it out. Play a character for free. I think I'm going to go Rabbit to draw a card. I don't have a lot in the way of, like, dealing with it. Yeah, we're gonna ink the snake. Madam M will be a good card for whatever Mickey Mouse cheats out. I'm guessing Goofy. Oh, a protective beast. That's an interesting good combo right there because it actually protects Mickey. Okay. First we attack. That's 2 damage on beast. Then... I wonder if this will count. Bounce the rabbit. I'll draw a card. Ooh, I could play... Oh, I was thinking, well, what happens if Madam M takes out... Hits the Mickey, and then Robin Hood takes out the Mickey, which doesn't kill the Mickey, but kills the beast. Do I still get the points? I am interested. But I think I instead play Merlin and play it safe here. And we take out the beast that way. And now Robin Hood gets to take out the Mickey and they don't get to cheat anything else. Captain Hook's nice, but I think I'd rather have the Robin Hood. And we'll get her a point. And we'll pass the turn. Fantastic. We dealt with the Mickey and we dealt with the beast. And the beast is definitely something I would much rather see. Oh, there we go. I'd much rather see it over a Goofy. Goofy seems a lot tougher to deal with. Emerald, Amethyst. An aggro bounce list or an aggro songs list? Well, it could still be songs, and the songs will be bounce. No early curve. Let's get rid of... Oh, I do like, though, that if you get this out, you do have it. I'd rather draw cards, though, I think. Let's put away a bunch of stuff here. Let's hope for Little Robin of the Hood. And didn't get him, but I got all the Captain Hooks for some reason. All but one of them, anyway. It's a lot of Capitan Hooks. Say hello to Captain Hook. Say hello to Captain Hook. Chernabog's followers. Discard. Oh, interesting. Oh, a Mr. Smee. Yes, please, Mr. Smee. Alright, their turn 2 could only be a snake. It's not going to be aggressive, so Captain Hook can actually quest. How much do I care if they play a fox and trade with Mr. Smee? That is the question. There goes my card draw. As expected. As soon as I saw the Cursed Merfolk, I knew it was discard. Ooh, Rafiki. I'd have to ink something and then discard something. Oh, that's pretty gross. Or ink something and then discard Rafiki. Not great. My hand is dwindling fast. Alright, but we are going to get rid of you. Get rid of my one Rafiki. Opponent doesn't know it's a one of though, so they're going to be thinking about Rafiki for the rest of the game. They're going to be like, crap, they have foxes and Rafikis? Oh boy, how do you deal? Well, they don't know that they don't need to. Oh, you whiffed. You're supposed to quest first. I'll take the trade. Yeah, opponent messed that up. You're supposed to quest first. Well, sorry, Robin Hood. I really didn't actually have a choice. Merlin. Into a Merlin. Well, I have a Challenger 6 if I need it. Who would have thought Captain Hook and Merlin Goat's actually good enough to take down things like Queen's Castle? Two cursed merfolks. Oh, they're just playing their hand out. Okay. That's fine. Of course I'm gonna have all of the card draw, though. I don't need all of the card draw when I'm about to be forced to discard my entire hand. Well... okay. Pass turn. I want to have some options for when they do something here, but if they just straight out quest, we just play our hand and attack. Maleficent. Not a bad card for them because it replaces itself, so they're kind of still a... Ooh, if only I was running swords. Man, swords would be devastating. Their deck probably really sucks against the swords. Let's see. I could shift Robin Hood. That costs 3. I could sing the song, and then I could ink Madam Mim. And then I get to attack 3 things. There's only 3 things to attack. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, you will sing it. We'll take out the Maleficent. So it's like having 4 attacks, except I don't gain any lore from this particular attack. Make sure to ink this before we're forced to discard. And then wipe out my opponent's stuff? I think so. No triggers there because I have no cards in hand. No triggers here, no cards in hand. And of course, last but not least, no triggers here because no cards in hand. Playing against discard can be pretty straightforward and simple a lot of the time. Sometimes though they get the best of you, but a lot of the time it's just play your stuff and you'll have a better board. And there's the concession, of course. Sapphire Ruby. Okay. You know, I'm surprised we haven't seen more Sapphire Ruby with it winning the 10K tournament. You would think there'd be a lot more of it running around. Benja should be really good in this matchup. Let's get rid of all of the uninkables. And of course I see the shift Robin Hood and I'm thinking, that's pretty darn good. Going second, however. Do I even bother with a Baboom? Don't think so. The only thing that they're going to have is a Rush Queen. But the only way they're playing that is if it's attacking. Prince Charming. Different list. Kick. Cloud Kicker. Different list. Alright, Baboom gone. We're going to jump right into the Robin of the Hood. I should have played Captain Hook. Because we could play Robin on turn 2. Still setting up for Robin Hood, but if it's not looking good, we could jump into Mr. Smee. But I just want them to know who they're messing with. Well, I don't need 2 Robin of the Hoods. I think we're gonna go Mr. Smee. Alright, let's see it. Evasive. That'll be a little annoying. Alright, we are going to shift for sure. I'll take you out. Let's see if they want to trade. I know Mr. Smee's going to take a damage here. That is perfectly fine. Do have a fox. They do want to trade. Great. That's a fantastic way to deal with the evasive. That's why I wasn't scared to quest, because Fidget was always strong enough to defeat Smee, regardless of Captain Hook preventing the damage. Alright, starting to look pretty promising. Let's actually sing this. Oh, I like that. I like it a lot. Put a snake back. And I'm gonna go Capitan Hook, Mr. Shmee, pass the turn. Alright, looking pretty good. This is not the Ruby Amethyst I was expecting. There goes the Robin Hood. The ramp is fantastic though. I am expecting a be prepared. So I am going to quest out here and not commit anything to the board. I mean, except the Queen's Castle, which of course does really well against a be prepared. Alright, that's looking fantastic. It's looking like we're going to get to draw a couple extra cards here. Ink the Mufasa straight away. It's a big boy. Yes, I'll go ahead and draw some extra cards. Ooh! Baruto. Yeah, I'll go ahead and play another one. Do I dare ink? I mean, at this point, it's Benja, right? And then we gladly are trading a character here. Still gonna draw 2 cards, despite how Gaston wants to attack. Unless they find a shift kit, which they could. Not what they're looking for. That Gaston has to be aggressive. Only downside with those cloud kickers, they have no strength. So they don't really get to interact with anything. And that's game. Goat is a victory. And game. Fantastic. Steel Song. Hey, it's Groovy Man again. Oh, what can I remember about Groovy Man's deck? I know for you guys it wasn't that long ago, but for me it's been like an hour. What was in Groovy Man's deck? Something good, I'm sure. I remember it was a little off the wall. It was a little different than what you're expecting. 2 Mr. Smees are good, but only if I can find a captain. Let's try to find a captain. I've had games where I've had all of the captains in my hand. And now I have a game where I can't find a single one. Alright, well the Robin Hoods are no good here. This curve is awful. That's right. It's the big characters with the Mickey Mouse. The Mickey Mouse cheater. I do remember. There goes their Robin of the Hood. Into their own Mr. Shmee. Wow, that's a lot of Mr. Shmees I'm getting. But Robin is really good. Let's put Fox away. I'll use Maleficent to dig a little bit. Oh, and that's the perfect card to dig for. No, we're not going to quest. I now know what my opponent's doing. So we're going to treat it like a game 2. A game 2 where I got to go first. And keep up my characters for the assault. Easy sing. Ooh, such good. Well, I do need to ink. I got a lot of Mr. Shmees. Alright, I feel safe questing with a Mr. Smee now. Now I got the Robin Hood. Alrighty then. The time is fast approaching. Yeah, your Strength of a Raging Fire is not really good with the singular Mr. Smee, is it? There's my Along Came Zeus target. That's okay, I can shift and then Zeusify. There's the trade. Fantastic. And then with Mickey Mouse dead, oh, that's mean. And I love it. And I can afford it, can't I? Let's sing this. Oh yeah, I could totally afford it. This only costs 3. And I get shift. And the Pinocchio talkative puppet will shut their game plan down. This is gonna be a 3-minute game. It is a 3-minute game! Called it. Ruby Amethyst. Going second. That is a fantastic omen for sure. Love to see it. Oh, you're a little too early. I mean, I don't want both, right? I want to go one or the other. Whichever one I send back, I'll definitely get the piece it needs. That's what's going to happen. I send back Smee, I get the Captain Hook. Send back Robin Hood, I get the Robin Hood. Well, at least I got the turn 3 Robin Hood with the potential sing-song. Not super potent in this matchup. But it is a turn 1, it is a turn 2, it is a turn 3 singing this into my turn 4 Merlin. Then turn 5 is a snake bouncing Merlin. I do anticipate a very strong stalemate situation here. Robin of the Hood. Are we gonna see a quest and a card draw? We might. Could also see a Teeth. I'm surprised Teeth and Ambitions hasn't been run more with Robin Hood being a thing. Go the distance. What does that do? Ready chosen damaged character. They can't quest. Draw a card. Okay. So you could just play to draw a card. It's good to know. Well, I like that because they don't have... Oh, there's a good follow-up for Mr. Smee. They don't have any characters in play for a bouncing fox or snake or anything like that. So they can play 1-drop and then bounce for snake. That's not a problem, really. I didn't know this fairy godmother had a 7 butt. Holy smokes. Yes, just keep drawing cards, I guess. Oh, they have a thicker deck. I haven't drawn anything extra yet, and they're 3 cards more than me. And they've been drawing extra. Alright, well, Goat's a fantastic thing to put away. Robin of the Hood. I will go ahead and allow the damage on Mr. Smee here. Now they can play a 1-drop into a fox. But it's just trading with Mr. Smee, who's slowly dying anyway, or it's just straight up, flat out dying to Robin Hood. So no good real value targets here. Agrabah. Into another Go the Distance. It's a lot of card draw. That's a lot of like non-Merlin Rabbit card draw for a Ruby Amethyst deck. I could see it working really well though with your foxes. Felicia. Oh, Felicia. Well, it doesn't get to attack and be bounced. That's the thing, because it does die. We're going to quest here. I'm going to bounce Mr. Smee with Mim. And I'm thinking I'm actually going to get rid of Captain Hook and keep the card draw. And replay Mr. Smee. Now the question is, like I said, they're not going to be able to play something and bounce it, but now they have the flexibility to play a 1-drop or a 2-drop into a fox. In which case Robin Hood replaces itself, so I think this is fine. The only downside with the shift Robin Hood is it's not quite replacing itself because there are 2 Robin Hoods on the table there. Like when you try to math the math, 2 Robin Hoods drawing 1 card is still negative 1 card. Shimba. Is this like a weird aggressive deck? This is a weird Ruby Amethyst. Move characters to locations. This is a weird deck. Well, I got a lot of card draw. I think I'm going to start with a rabbit though. That is a good card. I still need to ink. Do I give up a quest to draw some cards for ink? I think so. Well, that's a great card too. Oh, my problems are, why are my cards so good? Alright, well, Magic Carpet can trade with Mr. Smee if it wants. I'm shocked to have seen no fox. I'm shocked to have seen no foxes. Still have a chest cold. Alright, saw the Maui down. RLS Legacy. Characters there gain evasive. If you have a character there, it's cheaper to move characters there. So they can't afford to. Well, Magic Carpet can put Simba there. Now they have an evasive board. That's tough for me to deal with. But I don't think I really care. I think I'm just gonna quest. Yeah, now they have to deal with basically my entire... It's 3 characters, Mr. Smee, Robin Hood, and one of the 2 1-questers, and they have to get rid of the castle. Otherwise they just automatically lose. I don't even get to draw cards off this castle. Because if it exists, I just win the game. And that's game. Yep, doesn't matter. Queen's Castle wins the game. And victory. Oh, come on, opponent. Come on, opponent. Show me victory. Show me victory. There it is. Ruby Amethyst. You know, I think this video may end up being really short. Not because of time restraints or anything, but, well, there's always a time restraint, but mostly because there's, like, all my games are 5 minutes. They're very short. They're all very short. Do I like this hand? I don't think I do. What do I not like about it? Obviously, Pinocchio comes late. Don't like crab, don't like goat. Think. Alrighty then. That did not improve. At least they're inkable, right? Look at the positives. They can go in the inkwell. And that is always good. Alright, opponent. I let the timer run. Surely you know what your first ink is. Or not. Okay. Aha! Decisions were made. And I got the crab back. Well, my hand did not improve. I got well played from the opponent. Okay. Okay, sir. Mute. That was... I don't mean to call this person out, but that was dumb. All right, let's see. What are we gonna see? Teeth. You got a 2-drop for me? Don't tell me your 2-drops are snakes and you forgot to play your 1-drop. Is that why you said well played? Because you're like, oh, there's my 1-drop. I guess I lose the game. Oh, well, they missed a 2-drop as well. I have a 2-drop, but I'm not going to play it. Instead, I'll play another Capitan Hook. I'm going to put the crab back. There we go. Well, they just drew their 1-drop finally. Now you ink and play Snake. And all is right in the world. There's the ink. Here's the snake. Ooh, a Cusco. Not a Cusie boy. Well, I have options. I can't tap both, so whatever's swinging out needs to be strong enough to trade with the next thing as well. But for me to have the strength, I'd need to play a Robin Hood and a Fox. So that's not going to happen, so I need to do a setup turn, which also means no questing. Snake, go away. Could still quest and set up a Fox just to have it down, and then I'll have a Pinocchio ready. I think that's the best plan. It's just you want to use your Foxes for that rush ability, catch your opponent off guard. But I'm hoping I'll catch him off guard with Pinocchio. Because my opponent's in the same predicament. They can't play a Fox and a Pinocchio. Maleficent. That's a fantastic target to tap down too, so they can't sing Friends. I'm gonna get some questing done. And they passed the turn, I'm assuming. Just safe questing with Cusco here. I'm still... It's turn 5 before this comes down. I'm still a turn shy of pulling that off. Well, opponent's not going to give up yet. They do get to ink if they want it. Surely they want it. But of course, every card in their hand is the best card in the game. And they can't ink it. How dare you ink the best card in the game? Alrighty then. Well, I could play either a solitary goat or I can play a crab and a hook. Opponent is on Ruby, so we could see board wipes. Want to be a little cautious of that. Trying to take control of this board. It's definitely... We're definitely playing some kind of poker here. It never hurts to have a goat. Especially when I can just play these two and the bounce target can be a goat. I'd love to take out the Maleficent so it can't sing. But I think... well, I take out the Cusco. They got to draw a card. That's already not great. Maleficent gets to trade with it, and then Olaf quests and then gets bounced, and then they're in a position that's fine. But then we do the trade here. Yeah, let's get Cusco off the board. I don't want my opponent to feel like they get to free quest every turn. Gotta be mostly careful of the be prepared. This is Maui turn as well. There it is. The Maleficent trade. That suggests no Maui in hand. And yet they had the Maui anyway? And now they're looking at goat like, let's attack it. Not quite how that works. Well, Queen's Castle's not bad here. Maui will need to attack it. Take out the Olaf. Basically just need to ink and put goat on the castle. Maui gets to attack it. That's fine. It's largely bait. Bait for what? Free attacks. If that's the case, I should set up a Captain Hook. Because Maui attacks and they bounce it with a fox and take it out. I think that's what's going to happen. Ah, but the crab is so good. Especially against a Maui. Just having another body down to attack, I think, is better. I think Captain Hook's better here. I'm gonna quest with the goat because I think they're gonna go after the castle. It's just a higher priority target. Gains 2 lore, and if they're not careful, I can use it to draw a bunch of cards. Alright, well there goes my good Captain Hook. Glad I played a second one. Maui attacks the castle. Wow, didn't attack the castle. That means Maui dies to Captain Hook here. Now, of course, I could spend my turn trading, but then I don't have any ink to put anything on the castle. I think I do want to put something on the castle. I have to play more than one character. The only way to do that is to play both Pinocchios. And I don't think I'm going to get the card draw anyway, right? Because targeted removal, unless it's Lady Tremaine. Oop. Trying to reconnect. Is this the end of the game? That's the end of the game. Well, that was anticlimactic, wasn't it? Oh, Pixelborn.